Hello everyone and welcome to Missouri Grown Carolina Home. I am Katie and welcome to another air fryer recipe. We're going to be making air fryer Copycat KFC potato wedges. They're really good and I think you'll enjoy them. So what you're going to need is 1 egg mixed with 1 tablespoon of milk. You're going to have 2 large russet potatoes that you have cut into wedges. You're gonna wash them first and then cut them into wedges, sorry. I also, and it doesn't say that you have to do this, but I also let them soak in cold water for about 30 minutes and then pat them dry before I dip them in the milk and egg mixture. So the breading for this is 1/2 cup of flour, 1.5 tablespoons seasoned salt, 1/2 teaspoon paprika, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. You're going to combine that together. You will dip your potatoes in the egg mixture first and then lightly coat them in the flour mixture. And then you'll put them in a 400-degree air fryer. But before we get into that, let's just go ahead and get these all battered up. So you will see there that I just added the paprika, and I made a mistake and added a teaspoon of paprika instead of 1/2 teaspoon as the recipe calls for, and it actually turned out pretty good. So you can use your judgment on what you prefer, but I did do a teaspoon on accident and it did turn out. I will have the original recipe linked down below, as well as some other links for some of the things I'm using, like my air fryer that I personally love. As I've said before, I love my air fryer. I use it daily, literally at least twice a day, and I love it. And things like this, like breading things and batter, or, things other than frozen foods, at first intimidated me. I feel like my husband and I tried to do something, I don't remember if it was pickles or what, when we first got our air fryer years ago, and it didn't turn out, and it just kind of scared us both. So it wasn't until I moved to North Carolina where I decided to go ahead and unpack my air fryer again and give it another try, and I am so glad I did. So for about 3 years now, I've been using my air fryer nonstop. I love it, and if you don't have one, you should really look into it. Maybe add it to a Christmas list or a birthday list. They are so much fun, and I love them. So all you're gonna do, as you saw, just lightly coat the potato in the egg mixture and then toss it in the flour mixture. It doesn't have to have a real thick coating. You don't even have to double coat it. These are really easy once you get the hang of it, but I'm only going to show you a couple to spare you sitting here watching me do all of these potatoes. But like I said, you just toss it in the egg, toss it in the flour, set it on a separate plate, and then when they are all breaded up, you will take them over to your air fryer. So now we are just going to put in a single layer of potatoes. I had to do 2 batches. We are going to cook them at 400 degrees. I know that the recipe says a different degree, but I did 400 and they turned out great. So put them in a single layer and then spray them with some, I use extra virgin olive oil spray, but you could use any kind of aerosol oil spray, avocado spray, canola oil, whatever you have. Just lightly coat them to where you can't really see the white anymore. You're going to put them at 400 degrees. And we are doing 20 minutes and we are going to check them at the 11-minute mark. So after about 9 minutes, you can see that they are ready to flip. So you're just going to flip them all over, give them another spray with your oil spray to cover up you can see the little flour on the other side. So you're going to spray that with oil. Sorry, I lost my words. Spray it with oil and then put it back in the air fryer for, I think it's about 6 more minutes. We'll check it on the next clip, but I'm pretty sure it was about 6 more minutes. And they didn't take the full 20 minutes. So that was pretty awesome. And again, I did do these in 2 batches. So let's get these sprayed up, put back in the air fryer, and we will check them when these are done. So I was wrong. It was 4 minutes later and they were done. So you will see that it took, let's see, about 13 minutes for these, flipping them about halfway through. And they were completely tender on the inside and crispy and golden. So I'm gonna do this batch and then really that's all to it. We just served it with ketchup, but you have sauce that you enjoy, barbecue sauce, ranch, whatever it may be, and these are really good. Just remember that if you want to serve multiple people, this made more than enough for 2 people. It was just Brian and I eating them, and there were plenty of leftovers. But just count your time. So it's going to take about 13 minutes per batch. So if you're going to make them for dinner or appetizer or something, just make sure you time it right. So about 13 minutes per batch, however many you can fit into your air fryer basket. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, and then we'll see them when they're all done. Here they are out of the air fryer, crispy, golden, and delicious. I hope you try them. If you do, let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to check my description box for the recipe. And until next time, bye friends.